Good afternoon. My name is Molly Gray. I have the honor of serving as Vermont's 82nd Lieutenant Governor. It's my pleasure today to welcome you to this year's Deane C. Davis Awards.
Welcome everyone to the Deane C. Davis Outstanding Business of the Year Award. Today we will be presenting the 31st Deane C. Davis Award. At this time I would like to recognize the three finalists that are here. If you could wave when I read your name. Healthy Living Market. Lawson's Finest Liquids. In Union Mutual. And just a little plug, all three of them can be found in our June issue of Vermont Business Magazine. There are some on the tables. Help yourself when you leave. In the summer of 1990, Vermont Business Magazine approached the Vermont Chamber with the idea of presenting together the Business of the Year Award. We wanted this award to mean something not only to the winner, but to the people of Vermont. We called the award the Deane C. Davis Outstanding Business of the Year Award after Governor Deane C. Davis, who served as governor of Vermont from 1969 to 1973. He was known as the environmental governor because of his strong support of Act 250, which was enacted during his administration. He also championed a vigorous economic development program that resulted in the creation of a hugely successful economic development corporation. Governor Deane was also a highly successful lawyer, corporate officer, and company president. We are very proud of those who have been recognized as Vermont's best companies over the years. So we have established the Deane C. Davis Hall of Fame, which is housed at the University of Vermont School of Business, Coughlin Hall. If you have a chance, you should go and take a look at it. We have, I don't know how many nominations this year, but there was a lot of work for the judges to do, and to whittle it down to three finalists was extremely difficult. And then to get it down to one winner is just about impossible, but we did it. Right, Betsy? So now it's my pleasure to introduce Betsy Bishop, President of the Vermont Chamber, who would like to say a few words in the criteria for the award. Betsy?
Thanks, John. I really value this partnership with Vermont Business Magazine and the Vermont Chamber of Commerce. It's really stood the test of time.
It really has.
And if the pandemic doesn't prove that, and here we are outside at a baseball field. Right? So, the only other time I've come here is to watch my son play baseball, so this is definitely a different, and I didn't wear a dress at those. So, so it's really good to be here with you all and have you all here. And I have to say, it's so good to see people's cold.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, I'm just so used to seeing people like in a Zoom box or maybe just with a mask on and only seeing their eyes. So it's just, I thrive on making sure that we're all together, and so as a Vermonter, I'm really glad to see people come out. So thank you for that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the criteria for the Deane C. Davis Award. And when John says that we got a lot of applications and that it was difficult to find three finalists and eventually pick a winner, the reason is because so many Vermont companies live these four key ideals that were really the cornerstone of Deane C. Davis's efforts. And it would be easy if somebody missed the mark on one of them and said, oh, well, we'll put them in the no pile, and maybe they'll fix that next year. But it's really hard to do that. So those four ideals are at the top when we think about this award, an Outstanding Business of the Year Award. We're looking at growth, which is always an interesting word to use in Vermont. But we're talking about employee growth, and we're talking about sales growth. And so this award values that continued growth in both sales and employees. The award also values a high environmental ethic and what these companies are doing for their environment. I think John mentioned that's one of the legacies of Deane C. Davis, is making sure that there's that environmental ethic. And then the other two are really making sure that the company values the two most important assets that it has, one being community and one being employees. And you don't get to apply for this award, become a finalist, or even the winner if you don't put those things front and center. And all three companies that we honor today have that, and you will see that certainly if you haven't seen the write-ups in the Vermont Business Magazine. I encourage you to. It's quite incredible. So I did all that without looking at my notes. I also want to thank, John mentioned the judging panel. How many of you have been asked to judge anything? Right. I'm a judge? What? We don't like that word in today's society, that judgment, right? So it's hard to do that. But in addition to John and myself, we also were joined on the judging panel by Cassie Polinas, who's the head of VITA, the Vermont Economic Development Authority, by Nicole Ravlin of Juniper, and of Tom Levitt, who is the CEO of Northfield Savings Bank. And so all of those read through the many applications, which are thick. You guys do a lot, which is why you're all here. So really a nice thank you to those folks. But you know, the judging committee has an incredible task to figure out to what extent that our applicants meet these criteria. But in the end, you know, we can only select just one. And so with us today is our Lieutenant Governor, Molly Gray, who's going to help us do that. Molly?
Thank you. Wow. Well, it's incredibly special to be here today. It's nice to be outside, and although it's hot, it's a little breezy. But thank you, John. Thank you, Betsy. It's also just wonderful to echo what Betsy said, to see faces, some old faces, some new faces, people I know, people I'm meeting for the first time today. So thank you. It's my honor to be here to present the 31st annual Deane C. Davis Outstanding Business of the Year Award to the Vermont business that shows an outstanding history of sustained growth in the way that growth has been described, while displaying an acute awareness of what makes Vermont unique. It goes without saying that we have so many businesses here in Vermont that fit this description. But here today are three who truly exemplify the intent of the Deane C. Davis Award. I want to extend a heartfelt and hearty congratulations to the finalists: Lawson's Finest Liquids, Healthy Living of Waitsfield, Healthy Living of South Burlington, and Union Mutual of Montpelier. In addition to their tradition of leadership, over the course of the last 3 years, these businesses demonstrated, and particularly over the last year, these businesses demonstrated a sustained commitment to innovation and to serving our communities and Vermonters in need throughout this pandemic. Let's talk about Lawson's Brewery. When their tap room closed, they innovated and adopted a drive-through model, which I unfortunately didn't get to participate in, but I know many Vermonters did, with to-go service. We know, all of us, we know all too well how hard the service industry was hit during this pandemic. But Lawson's ensured that all full-time employees remained on payroll and continued to receive benefits. That's huge. Additionally, their longstanding commitment to charitable contributions were felt even more significantly this year through support for COVID relief and social justice groups and initiatives in the Valley and beyond. Healthy Living Market of South Burlington also made considerable contributions to communities, donating more than $49,000 in April to fight food insecurity, which we know deeply, deeply impacted our state. After 4 decades of putting community outreach and service at the forefront, they figured out a way to remain open for the duration of the stay-home order. Their staff of 350 employees, I just want to say that again, 350 employees, that's a lot in Vermont, adapted to ensure their essential services remained accessible for Vermonters and New Yorkers, as I understand, coming across the lake. Union Mutual boasts an impressive 140-year history. It's hard to imagine any business with 140 years in Vermont, but that's incredible. Meaning, not only have you lived and worked as a business through one pandemic, but now 2, and served Vermonters deeply over the last year. This year, Union Mutual's Neighbors Helping Neighbors initiative offered assistance to a number of organizations. For example, helping to distribute, I believe, 100 meals each week through the restaurant program, or at least having those prepared and distributed. Union Mutual also played a key role in the Montpelier Economic Need and Distress Fund, providing grants to, I believe, 76 area businesses. So these are just small examples of how these three incredible Vermont companies not only were part of our relief and response effort, but I'll just say personally, and I know the governor's not here today, but I know he shares my views, that without our businesses, without all of you, our recovery and relief effort would not be what it is. We would not be at 80% vaccination rate. We would not be a state that really has had a model recovery for the nation. So thank you. The past 15 months, as I said, have taken something from everyone, but also from you all, also from our businesses. Our businesses, our Vermont businesses, you all are the backbone of our communities. You're the heart of our state. I think about public-private partnership. I think about what Vermont is and who we are, and it's business. It's business and community coming together. So we're grateful for your longstanding commitment to community and service, and for the undeterred, unwavering work, support for your employees. You stepped in when the government couldn't at different times throughout the last year. So, with that, I am deeply honored to announce the winner of this year's award. Let's take a drum roll if there is one. Okay, the winner of the 31st Annual Deane C. Davis Outstanding Business of the Year Award is Lawson's Finest Liquids. This over here.
You got it?
You got it?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! Congratulations. Congratulations.
It's very heavy.
It looks like
I'm not going to hold it for long. John.
Wow, look at that.
You know what I would love to do is I'd love to put the two of you behind the award.
Yeah.
And have you guys hold
Yeah.
it, because you're the center there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
How's
There we
that?
go.
wow.
Does that work?
Nope, go ahead.
I'll just stand in front of you, John. I'm short enough. Okay. Great.
Great. Congratulations.
Say something?
There you go.
Wow, my heart's pounding. Thank you so much. Thank you to Vermont Business Magazine, Vermont Chamber of Commerce, the Deane C. Davis judges, and to Lieutenant Governor. We are honored to be awarded the most outstanding Vermont business and amongst many esteemed prior winners that come before us. While it's humbling to be recognized for this honor, we have remained committed from the beginning to ensure vibrant communities, and that starts with our staff, our neighbors, and our environment. Our social impact program provides donations to Vermont nonprofits that support food and economic security, environmental protection, and sustainable recreation. We think Deane Davis himself would appreciate us continuing his legacy of community vitality. Congratulations to our fellow finalists, Healthy Living and Union Mutual Bank, and thank you kindly for this prestigious award.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody noticed the duct tape. what Vermont event wouldn't I just realized it's probably in every picture.
And now for the finalists, the two finalists, Union Mutual.
You want to come up?
Do you want me to be in the sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I kind of like it.
I love the duct tape. It's like a metaphor for the year.
They pack it pretty good.
They're all packed very nicely.
And Healthy Living Market.
here.
Yeah.
There you go. No, I don't want to step on your foot. Yeah, don't do more damage. I'm not sure if it'd do more damage to you, though. Look at that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Next year. You guys deserve it.
I won't make you tell it then. I'm always